We are students from CS143 and today we will be presenting about efforts to manage the unemployment and poverty problems in Indonesia. Hi, my name is Muhammad Farhan bin Muhammad Amirul. So, what is unemployment? Unemployment refers to people that are jobless and actively seeking for work but are unable to find it. This group includes those who are in labor force but do not have suitable employment. Unemployment is a crucial economic indicator since it illustrates employees' ability or inability to obtain meaningful jobs and contribute it to the economic production. This does not include persons who quit employment for other reasons such as retirement, further education, or disability. There are two categories of unemployment. The first one is voluntary. It happens when a person freely leaves his or her previous job in search of a new one. Next is involuntary. It happens when a person has been fired or laid off and must take a new job. Here, I have inserted the formula to measure unemployment rate. It is determined by dividing the number of unemployed individuals by the total number of people in the labor force. As you can see, Indonesia is a nation in Southeast Asia situated between Indian and Pacific Oceans. It is an archipelago of 17,500 islands, some of which border Timor-Leste, Malaysia, and it is strategically located along a major marine road. The governing system is a republic with the president serving as both chief of state and head of government. Indonesia is a mixed economic system that combines various levels of individuals' freedom with centralized economic planning and government regulations. Indonesia belongs to the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation known as APEC and the Association of Southwest Asian Nations known as ASEAN. The population of Indonesia is comparable to 3.51% of the total population and ranked number 4 in the list of countries and dependencies by the population. And according to the most recent United Nations data, the current population of Indonesians is almost up to 278 million people. Relating to their economics, since the mid-20th century, Indonesia has played a minor part in the global economy and its significance has been far less than its size, resources, and geographical location. The nation is a major petroleum and natural gas exporter. Furthermore, the nation is also a major provider of rubber, coffee, cocoa, and palm oil. Indonesia has faced continuously rising unemployment rate throughout the past years. According to the latest data from the World Bank data, the unemployment rate in Indonesia was approximately 4.11% in 2020, which has become low compared to the past years. And it also estimated 2 million of Indonesians entering the labor force each year. And at the end, the government will face a difficult task in encouraging job creation.
Okay, so I will talk about the type of unemployment in economy. The main reason or factor on how unemployment occur in the economy are the rate of workforce and job vacancies unequal, poor skill and education level, technology investment, economic recession, and others. The first type of unemployment is seasonal unemployment. It occurs when people who work become unemployed when demand for labor decrease or when certain product cannot be produced during a certain season. Seasonal unemployment typically happen at a specific time of a year or a new season begins, such as for weather changes. For example, during the monsoon season, the fishermen are unable to fish because it is too risky for them due to the strong wind. The second one is cyclical unemployment. It is also known as the demand deficient unemployment. It is caused by economic downturn or is related to change in business conditions that affect the demand for workers. It also happens due to the higher rate of the workforce than the available job vacancy. The job opportunities offer are not many if the country has a large population. Next is frictional unemployment. It occurs when people look for a job or quit their job either voluntarily or being fired and becoming unemployed while looking for a new job. Usually, it involves the fresh graduate, people who leave their school yearly, or people that quit their job for higher or better position. Moreover, in the economy, there is also technology unemployment. It is happening due to the technological advancement. Because of the modern life, human jobs are replaced by machines or engines. When the machines are introduced into the productive process, a firm will get rid of the workers and produce the same amount of goods as before. Therefore, some workers can lose their job. For them, by using machine, the goods can be produced quickly and they think the machine can produce more than the used labor in the economy. As a result, with fewer workers, they can lower their cost in production. The last one type of unemployment is structural unemployment. It occurs due to the structural economic change of a country. It is a long-lasting condition. It is caused by external process or event that trigger fundamental change in the economy, including technology changes and competition. The skill of the worker are no longer suitable with the job available due to the changes in the economy. Based on all the type of unemployment that have been mentioned, Indonesia has faced frictional unemployment. This occurs because the population in Indonesia is more than the job opportunities being offered. When COVID-19 occurred, most of the workers had to be laid off because of the economic downturn. Therefore, the employee had to be reduced because the employer could not afford to pay the employer salary. In addition, many workers also quit voluntarily because they were dissatisfied with working conditions or low wages. Therefore, the unemployment rate in Indonesia increased from the previous year during the pandemic COVID-19. In Indonesia, frictional unemployment occurs among students who have just graduated or employers who quit to get a higher job. This happened to students who had just graduated because of the limited employment opportunities due to COVID-19 pandemic that happened in the world. Therefore, they find it difficult to get a job. Sometimes, it may be difficult for them due to lack information about the job that are being offered. As for the employee who quit their previous job, maybe they think that they are more worthy to get a higher salary than their fixed salary that has already been reduced because of recession. The conclusion for frictional unemployment in Indonesia is that it will always present or exist in the economy. It is because both job and employer are heterogeneous and a mismatch can result between the characteristic of supply and demand. Such a mismatch can be related to payment or others. Furthermore, during this pandemic COVID-19, it caused many employees to quit because of several factors that exist due to economic recession.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Nurul Jannah binti Zarudin. Next, I'll explain about the impact of unemployment on individual, society and also economy. Firstly, we'll see the impact on individual first. One of the effects on individuals is related with their physical health. This happens when they try so hard to satisfy their surroundings by stay up and overuse their physical body by went to lots of workplaces every day to find any job vacancy that are available. Furthermore, this unemployment people have health problem too. They will prevent to get further health treatment just to save their limited money, and in terms of food, they are more likely to spend more on unhealthy food than the healthy one because they didn't have enough income yet. These things will decline their physical health, and there is possible for them to experience headaches, insomnia, and high blood pressure. Secondly, the impact on individuals is connected with their families. Logically, we know that unemployed people have more family challenges than the employed workers. They say so because they easily feel stressed by the forces from their own family members. Stress is considered as one of negative vibes in which the unemployed people will spread that vibe towards their partner and children. Next, unemployed people give a bad impression about marriage and divorce because they are more likely to experience divorce because couldn't support their family, and also less likely to get married because they didn't have enough money yet. Last, for the impact on individual is their mental health. Unemployment is able to raise a risk for depressive symptoms. Overthinking, the term that we always heard, is one of the reasons they face the mental health because too much thinking on how people around them look and talk about them. This will make unemployed people trying so hard to fulfill others' satisfaction. On the other hand, when they become unemployed for a long period, they will become more and more insecure and underconfident when surrounded by employed workers. In the end, they have possibility to get depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. Next, impact of unemployment is on society, which is a crime. Lack of income leads them to cut their expenditures since they didn't have income yet. So it means that they don't have money to buy their basic needs. To continue their life, they disrupt other society by murders, rob, and steal people things. Some of them are too desperate to do those things as state of urgency to support their life as no job vacancy available. The second impact on society is social chaos and cost. An example of social chaos is demonstration. Demonstration happen for them to voice out the dissatisfaction by request to expand more job fields. This is a good way, but not until they harm public facilities when the situation becomes out of limit. For social costs, lots of costs are needed to renovate several places and things because of the demonstration, and also costs for security due to rise of crime. Lastly, the impact of unemployment towards economy is lessen economic growth. Unemployment disadvantages the economy as a whole because these unemployed people are less likely to spend their money, which ultimately give less contribution towards Indonesia's economy. This will affect decline in demand for goods and services as they reduce their purchase power as a consumer. It is also caused the employers and investors unable to carry out the establishment of new industry after economic activities down.
Now we will be moving on the public policies used to overcome unemployment in Indonesia during 2020. The general information is that the Indonesian government has increased the budget for managing the COVID-19 outbreak and the national economic recovery on the 16th of June 2020 by 695.2 trillion rupiah. The total has reached 744.28 trillion rupiah for handling the COVID-19 outbreak after a few revisions in November 2020. The government issued a government regulation and a Ministry of Finance regulations to control large-scale restraints and the protocol for each specific area/region for quarantine. As for one of the public policies used to overcome unemployment in Indonesia during the 2020 is by mandating the 1945 Constitution. To encourage the employment among the people, a mandate has been brought into action, which is by citing the 1945 Constitution. Several articles have been cited in the Constitution to motivate a more fulfilling lifestyle within the people of Indonesia. The articles that have been cited according to the 1945 Constitution for the mandate is such as follows. Each citizen shall be entitled to an occupation and living properly in mediocrity, according to Article 27, verse 2. Each person has the right to a life of prosperity, in both physically and spiritually, to a place to be used for shelter, to enjoy a good and healthy lifestyle, and to receive medical attention, according to Article 28H, verse 1. Each person has the right to access facilities and special treatment to acquire the same opportunities and benefits to reach equality and justice. Article 28H, verse 2. Each person is entitled to social security, enabling him or her to develop their entire self unaffected as a dignified human being. Article 28H, verse 3. Each person has the right to possess private property, and such ownership shall not be appropriated arbitrarily by whomsoever. Article 28H, verse 4, and poverty-stricken persons and abandoned children are to be nurtured by the state, according to Article 30H, verse 1. It is evident that from the mandate that uh, welfare and the good interests of the entire people of Indonesia is taken into consideration, because the economic problem does not only affect the government but also to the people as well. By prioritizing on the public welfare, people can live more rich and fulfilling lives. Moving on, we have the economic stimulus measures used to fight against the spread of COVID-19. The Indonesian government declared the total state spending for the 2020 state budget in managing the spread of COVID-19 is 744.28 trillion rupiah as of November 2020. Originally, it was proposed to be 405.1 trillion on March 20th. The fiscal deficit and the third quarter has amounted to 3.49% year-over-year. As predicted in the fourth quarter, the fiscal deficit will reach 1.6% year-over-year. The relaxation state budget deficit policy will apply to 3 fiscal years that the GDP above 3%, starting from 2020 to 2022. As such, the Indonesian government expects to establish fiscal discipline of below 3% starting from 2023. This means that the revenue generated cannot cover the expenses needed to fight against the spread of COVID-19. And last but not least, one of the ways the Indonesian government is using to combat against unemployment is by fulfilling the labor market services. The government of Indonesia introduced a pre-employment card, Kartu Prakerja, to provide vocational training assistance to the youth, workers, and people who lose their jobs during the pandemic. With most of the participants trained to digital skills programs amounting to 1.5 million participants and the remaining 500,000 participants engaging in face-to-face training. It was expected to be given to 2 million participants during 2020 before COVID-19. The government has made an announcement to double the budget of the goal, reaching more than 5 million people. That is all for the public policies. We will now be moving on to the suggestion used to combat unemployment.
Every problem must have a solution as well as unemployment. A country with a high unemployment problem needs to find a solution so that this problem does not last long. So here I will explain a few ways to overcome unemployment. Firstly, improving human resource quality through educational quality improvement. Students who have a liking for higher studies should be admitted to college or university. This is because by continuing studies at the college or university level is able to add knowledge that can be resourced to find a job that is suitable or relevant to the lessons they are studying. Besides that, they are able to guarantee employment that is appropriate to the field of study they are studying. In conclusion, this is the reason why knowledge is so important in one's life to get a job and avoid rising unemployment. But if you fail to find a job that related to your studies, don't give up because there are many other jobs that can be taken. Secondly, removing any inhibiting regulation for individuals to attempt. This is because everyone has the right to try something new even if they have no such relevant knowledge or talent. Besides that, no one has the right to stop someone from trying something because by trying something new, they will know their abilities. For example, SPM graduates can find a job that suits them, such as working in grocery store that suits their age and abilities as a teenager. This gives them the opportunity to try new things and gain knowledge in the field of employment at a young age. The last way to overcome unemployment is providing capital and guidance to start, improve, and broaden the business opportunity. This is because most people do not have enough capital to start a business even though they have a talent. This is why government needs to take care of the problems of people who lack financial resources by donating capital to people who want to do a business as one of ways to help them out of the world of unemployment. Furthermore, someone who has knowledge of business can open classes to provide guidance to a new entrepreneurs in the business. In conclusion, the government should help provide capital for anyone who wants to start a business, and entrepreneurs should also study business by participating in classes held in order to improve all weaknesses in the field of business.
So, from what we can summarize from our case study, we can understand that unemployment refers to a situation in which a person is eager to work for a fixed income but unable to find a job. Unemployment is a major and pressing issue that must be addressed and eradicated from the country. The government should make labor possibilities available to young people who are willing to work, and furthermore, there should be more job chances in remote areas, and the system should provide more opportunities for interviews even if they are not working courses for motivated teenagers. And that's all from us. Thank you and have a nice day.